Welcome to Nonprofit Network, powered by Stokes Auction Group. We are a podcast focused on benefit auctions and fundraising events for the nonprofit community. We are a group of fundraising professionals that specialize in raising funds to improve communities of all sizes.
So we are interrupting your normally scheduled podcast feed because we're taking a week off. But we're going to do a little short because it's been brought to our attention that we have not circled back on what we do. Right? We had somebody reach out and say, hey, what do you guys actually do? So what we're going to do is we're going to run you through what Stokes Auction Group kind of provides and does, and how we've kind of got this knowledge base that we keep coming to you with.
Yeah, right? That was extremely boring what he just shared with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, we offer all of the stuff that we've been teaching you guys, and we're here to support you. Do it like that. Do it like that.
Do it with energy. Okay, so included in that energetic package, we have unlimited consulting, where we're always talking, always shooting emails back and forth. We do schedule teams, normally auctioneers, bid spotters, MCs.
We call.
Sometimes.
We call.
We call. We call. We use the phone to do this sometimes. We have our event teams send out post-event reports as well.
We post event.
Write them up. We kind of go back through them. Recently, we did some virtual events. And we went full-on virtual events. We were producing them, assembling them.
And we can still do those.
Editing video. Yeah, we still have that skill set. Paul over here is quite the video editor, I tell you what.
Ooh, Lord.
I have learned a lot, yes, for sure.
Technically a professional nowadays.
Yes, he's very good with the buttons.
Yes, very good with the buttons. But that's essentially what we do in a nutshell. So now we're going to go through and kind of break down each one of those elements. But essentially what we do with the unlimited consulting is we have team members that are reaching out to whomever you choose as the primary contact to follow up periodically to make sure stuff is in order, right?
Yeah.
So,
and at any time you have questions, you can pick our brain by giving them a holler. Yep. And saying, hey, I saw this, I heard about this, what do you think about that? Have you seen it work? Have you not seen it work? And we can give you a plethora. How's that? That's a cool word. A plethora of information from different auctions that we've done. That's the beauty I think I like most about our podcast is that we're bringing what we experience on a weekly basis.
Oh, it's so
forward.
valuable too.
It's so valuable.
You can better talk about it than those who are
living it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, and so essentially we're taking these experiences we have and bringing them to real world at what's happening right now in our world scenarios and applying them in this podcast. But we have a lot of materials that are assembled, right? So there are lists of vendors, there are lists of games, there are lists of timelines. Like there's a lot of information that is accessible via our website.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's nothing better than talking to somebody about it. You know, talk to somebody about it. And the great news I think about what we do is that night of, you can kind of take a little bit of a break because you've done all the work. Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to deliver you a team that's going to step in that night and we're going to make whatever is going on happen.
Right.
We're going to fix all the problems that are happening, and we're going to just make the group that's there to support you not even know there is a problem if there is one.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's why you hired us.
That's why you hired us.
We are there to fix it.
And we are tooting our horn right now, and that's okay. Not everybody thinks that we should be doing this, but I do, and I have value.
Tooting that horn, that is for sure. But what I want to say is in regards to those teams, we're helping figure out what the team looks like for you.
Absolutely.
So if it's just an auctioneer and you only have a small room, we'll send just that individual. If you think that an auctioneer and an MC is kind of more your style, we can pair two of our individuals together to help you with that. Also bid spotters, front of house registration type services as well.
Yeah.
So we basically send out teams based on your need. We normally book them out a la carte.
Yep.
So depending on what you're looking for, we can kind of assemble a team that way. But we handle all the headache of figuring out who's available and who's not.
And that is one of the strengths of our company among many is your particular skill is to put the right team with the right event.
Right.
Yep.
That's what Shelby does.
Yeah. For sure. And it can get a little dicey at times, right? I mean, there are some that are like, okay, I wonder if this individual will work correctly in that room. And more often than not, it does. You know, one thing that I have seen within our team is that they have a strength to pivot and be flexible, right? If you look at providers outside of our organization, they can be a little... I want it done this way for this reason. We bumped into somebody else in our market who basically said, if I have a competing bid spotter catch a bid while I sell, I will walk out of the room immediately. That's not our style. That is not our style whatsoever. We're flexible. We roll with it. We know stuff happens. And we have fun doing it. And I
We
think
have
that's
so much
the
fun doing
epicenter
it.
of what's going on. Post-event reports, let's talk a little bit about those.
Those are super valuable to your organization. So what the auctioneer does is they develop a report about the timeline, about the silent auction, what they were able to witness as an outsider that evening, and how they were able to perform within all the parameters,
Yep.
and then give you ideas for the next year. You know, my husband takes, oh my gosh, he takes his report very seriously.
Yes, he does.
Woo, Lord, does he take it seriously? But I love him for that. I love him for that because he's always having compliments and he's always wanting to really build that organization up, and he's looking for the tomorrow. And every auctioneer that we put in your house doing your event, and every consultant and every bid spotter and every recorder cares. And that's the difference, is we care, and yes, we are doing this to make a difference in your community.
Yep.
It's not always good information. It's not always good feedback.
No.
And we expect the same from you as well. That's
Yeah.
how we grow and that's how we learn. Hey, we tried this, didn't work.
Didn't work.
Here's why it didn't work.
And if you haven't gathered yet by listening to these past episodes, our goal is customer success, is nonprofit success, is
100%.
watching people succeed on their own, which is why we started this podcast, was
Yep.
to provide value for individuals who are both within our customer base and are outside of our customer base. We want to bring value to whatever the event is and somehow send that goodwill out into the universe, because what we're trying to do is make this world a better place.
Absolutely.
And I think that is exactly partly what we lived through during the pandemic. So we had a whole bunch of events scheduled, and then pandemic hit, and all of a sudden, in-person gathering, not so lucrative,
Yeah.
right? Not so applicable. So what we did is we kind of took that end goal of providing the community with the ability to raise money, and we moved everything into the virtual event space. So
Yeah.
in other words, we were working assets. Like I mentioned, Paul's been editing video like a master. Audios, microphones, MCs. We were essentially end goal being how are we going to help the community thrive in this time of uncertainty? And it turned into us almost overdoing it with a production studio. Let's call it. We overdid it. We went too far. We were so outside of our comfort zone, but we succeeded. And I'm happy to say many of the partners that we have within our company continue to thrive because of our help.
Absolutely.
That was the
That's what I
right
believe.
time. It was the right thing to do at that time, rather than encouraging our customers to, hey, just take a year off. This will be back next year. No. You need to stay out there. You need to keep yourself relevant. And virtual was the way to do that.
Yep.
And organizations still needed the money.
Absolutely.
They still needed the money. These are real organizations that we're helping. And yes, it's a business, but it is a need that has to be satisfied for all these different communities. And if I have one tagline to end this episode or this little promo with, it is, I have not come across a group of people that cares more about the organizations than the group of people that works for us, with us. All of them.
Our auctioneers are trained to relay your mission
Absolutely.
Yeah.
live on stage. That's where our strength is, and that's where
Yeah.
And-
that's at our core.
And we pride ourselves in not talking about the competition and what's going on with other providers. But I can tell you that if you aren't able to really work on behalf of the organization and make that your North Star in everything that you do at these events, then you're probably not going to work well with our group. And when we do see that, we're trying to train it out of people.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you have to roll with the punches and you have to do what's best for the event that night in the moment. And self-sacrifice is kind of part of the equation here.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Yes,
I think back to those virtual
indeed. Yes.
events where we
Yeah.
were here until 8 o'clock the day before and then spent all day the next day trying to figure out how we can make it better. And I'm
Feeding
very,
people even.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so
That was-
you became kind of the
Mark and I became we were the den parents.
den parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say den mother, but I don't
Yeah.
think that would fit with Mark. He's
No,
more of
he's
a
not a mother, but
father.
he's a mother. But no, we became den parents, and we were happy to do it, and still are happy to do it. So again, I think that this little snippet that we're doing today, I think that give us a call, man. We'd love to help you. We do not toot our own horn. We do not advertise. We are a word-of-mouth company, straight from Mark Schenfeld's mouth.
That's true.
We only advertise by word of mouth. So, my mouth is telling you, give us a call.
The word of mouth, right?
And we appreciate you letting us kind of come in and try something new, right? We're going to be off in the coming weeks, so we're going to post this rather than episode 11. But episode 11 is coming. And keep in mind that we're still looking for that best bid spotter photo. We're going to be talking about the best bid spotter coming in here. If you saw it on the newsletter, we're looking for the picture of your favorite bid spotter. Now, I'm thinking the bid spotter can be on duty or off of duty, whatever the case is.
Right, and if you don't get the newsletter, which these people might not get the newsletter,
we can change that.
We will put that on Facebook. We will put that on Facebook tomorrow.
At some point, we will put that on Facebook, but know that the best submission is going to get a gift card. We're going to send them a gift card.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's probably going to be something obscure, like Ruby Tuesdays or something. No, probably Amazon. Let's be real.
Subway.
Subway. How about Sears? Sears gift card must be in person to spend.
A Sears gift card.
Hey, thanks for sticking with us. It's been 10 episodes, almost 11, and we are very happy to be before you. Thanks for putting us in your ears. Thanks for watching us on YouTube.
And again, we're word of mouth, and we're humbled by the fact that 13 or 25 or 150 of you take a peek at us every week. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Be well. We appreciate you being with us. If you want more, you can follow us on our social channels. And we appreciate you being with us.
Give us a call, you guys. We'd love to talk to you about your event.
That's right. Have a good week, y'all.
Yeah, we out.
We out.
We out.
Later.